Merry meet everyone. I'm going to start today with the tutorial that I had promised. And I'm going to start by looking again at, like I had mentioned, at one card. I'm going to try to tackle one card per week. So we're going to start with the Fool. The Fool, okay, is a very interesting card. I jotted some information about the Fool and gathered some notes, and I'm going to share them with you. When this card comes up, it can mean many, many things. I have 3 different cards or decks I have here. I have the Druid, the Lewin, and I got this new deck called the Los Cabrio Tarot, which is this deck over the weekend. It's really much the classic deck, but with many new revisions to it. This deck of the Los Cabrio has 3 different decks in combination of the classics. It has the Rider-Waite, and it has I believe it has the Marcellus, I think it's called Marseilles. I forgot how to pronounce that. And it has another deck that's another classic to it combined. So it's a very, very nice deck, very interesting. Okay, so let's look at the classic. Okay, we're going to look at the Fool. The Fool is the meaning of the Fool is a new beginning, a new journey, indicated here. Basically, we have a person in the card moving forward with his bag. As you see, he has a bag. He has fire, which is fire is always transformation. So definitely fire is change. I'm going to start by indicating the general meaning of the card, and from there I'm going to move into symbols. The general meaning of the Fool is a new opportunity that has come. Okay? It's indicating a new start. When this card comes, it's a new start, and it's basically telling you that you're starting a new venture in something maybe totally radically different. It's talking about an ending and a new beginning. Starting something, and it also indicates unexpected events, okay, that are going to start taking place with this change. Okay, so that's the general meaning of the Fool. Reversed. In reverse is saying that there is poor judgment, being careful with making a decision that could bring negative consequences. Also, talking about risks, inexperience. Talks about unexpected problems. When it's upright, like I have mentioned, it talks about good things that are unexpected are coming your way. But when the card is in reverse, it talks about unexpected problems. Okay. Also talking about, it could indicate look before you leap. And when the Fool is coming up, you see he's leaping. In this card, it doesn't show it that well, but in the Lewin deck, it does. And you can see he's just jumping from one side of the bridge to the other. So it's saying in reverse to be careful with leaping to the other side, because maybe that other side is not as good as you think. So when this card comes in reverse, there's hidden things that you might not know. Also, if we represent it by a person, because the cards can also indicate this could be a person depending on where it falls. It could indicate a person that is not a person that commits. Okay, it's an uncommitted person. It's a person that can make a commitment. It could indicate a gambler, a person that likes to take a lot of risks in the bottom line. Okay. Now I'm going to look into the symbols of the cards, which I'm very a hard believer in that, because it's not just a general meaning. You could get into many things. First, I'm going to go into the number. It's a 0. The Fool is a 0. 0 is a number that's out of the ordinary. Okay, when it comes to 1 through 9. In numerology, 1 through 9 is the number that is the basis. Okay? Everything comes down to those numbers. When you add all numbers, it comes down to either 1 through 9. And in this case, 0 is out of the ordinary. 0, it represents infinity. Okay? It represents the alpha and the omega. Okay? It represents the beginning and the end. In going to the card, it says a new beginning, having to do with an ending. Closing a door is going to open a new door. Okay, so definitely when this card comes out, it's a new door that's opening for you, and you're ending a phase in your life. Again, this is upright. If it comes in reverse, okay, then basically it's saying that a new beginning is not as good as we thought. Okay, it's talking about there's an ending, there's a new beginning, but it's not going to bring us what we expect. It's going to bring us problems and unexpected situations that might cause us problems, okay? So again, 0 is, that's what the 0 means. 0 is a infinity number. It's a number of starting again, because when everything adds up, you go back to the bottom, which is 0. That's what the 0 means. Now, looking at the sun. The sun is illuminating. Sun is very much characterized in this card. And the sun symbols is a father. In Wicca, the sun is characterized as father. The moon is the mother, goddess. So the sun is the father. When this card comes up, it could even indicate your father or God protecting you. Protecting you on this new venture that you're starting. Okay? The sun is the opportunity for learning something new. Represents that. Represents a necessity that you need. We need the sun to live. We need the heat of the sun. So this change is very much needed. This new venture, this new beginning is very much needed in your life when this card comes up. Another interesting note that I noticed in the Fool cards is the bag that he carries. As you notice, he carries a bag. Always in any deck, he carries a bag. What does this bag mean? What does a backpack mean? Carrying a heavy load. Decisions are in that bag. Emotions are weighing you down. Okay? Many in the mystery of the tarot, because the tarot has mystery to it, and I love that part. It means that in this bag, many say that the whole complete deck is in that. The 4 suits, the wands, the swords, the cups, and the pentacles are all in that bag. So what does this mean to our reading? That this person obviously is taking all these emotions, all these things and decisions and going forward with his life to something new. Okay? In some of the decks, I think most of the decks, but not in all of them, he carries a feather in his hat. In this one he does. In the classic tarot decks he does have the feather in his cap. The feather indicates spirit, angels. Okay? When you see a feather, sometimes it could represent an angel guide that's protecting you. In this case, he's starting a new venture. He's protected by his spiritual guides. It represents the element, air. Okay? Mountains in the back. Well, here he has a mountain in this deck. As you see, there's a mountain right here. The mountains represents obstacles that he needs to overcome. So when he starts in this path, there is some obstacles that he needs to take over, and it's a challenge, but he's going to overcome them with a promise of accomplishment and victory. So these obstacles are going to be overcome by victory. In this deck, the Lewin deck, he's riding a horse. The horse represents freedom, independence, and movement. Okay? So that's basically it. I'm going to finish part 2 of this, so I'm running out of time.